And if there was any other positive news today, it's that the humidity did come down. Now, not exactly a fall feel during the day, I'll grant you. The temperatures are still getting into the upper 80s, but there is no heat index because a dew point of 59 means the humidity is far lower at only 36%. And we needed this. Again, a little bit of relief. It is still summertime in southeast Louisiana. We can only get so cool with these seasonal cold fronts or early season cold fronts, but at least it cleared us out. No rainfall around anywhere. I thought maybe we'd see a couple of showers in along the coastline as the front pushed through, and we may have earlier today because when the front moved south, you can kind of see the clouds that were associated, and wasn't even that much. So it did help to sweep that moisture out, and at least for the next few days, we can enjoy some of the drier weather. You'll really feel it once the sun goes down this evening and by wake-up time tomorrow morning. All in the 80s outside this afternoon, and that's normal for this time of year. But what is not normal is this dry of an air mass with dew points in the 50s, low 60s. This is welcome for the next couple of days, and we only have it unfortunately for a couple of days, but this surge of cooler, drier air is going to keep with at least a little more pleasant feeling. I think for most of the weekend. By Sunday, we'll start to feel those dew points coming back up a bit, but even then, not uncomfortably so. Dew points as we started out the early morning hours were still in the mid 70s, and you can clearly see when that front started to move through as the dew points have been steadily dropping really all day today. We now have a dew point of 59 degrees, and that may drop another couple of degrees before we get into early tomorrow morning. But certainly starting out the day tomorrow with that drier air and cooler air. Saturday as well, another dry morning, and with clear skies, that does allow for kind of optimal cooling, as cool as we can get in the early September days. But it does look like that will still be with us for Saturday. By Sunday, however, the dew points will start to come back up, upper 60s to back to around 70 degrees, and the humidity will continue to rise into early next week. Overnight temperatures going into tomorrow morning, low 60s, and even away from the city will be in the 60s, low 70s though in the metro area, but that is still very nice with that drier air staying in place. Our front is going to stay offshore, maybe becoming kind of a stationary boundary. May see some showers developing along that front, but as we get towards late Saturday, Sunday, that moisture starts to surge back in, and we're looking at probably some spotty showers returning as we get into Sunday. So less humid really through the weekend, a little bit more humid by Sunday, but even then not too bad with some spotty storms, more scattered storms on the way for early next week, as we are going to be watching a tropical wave. Again, unfortunately, this is still the peak of hurricane season. Actually, the climatological peak is tomorrow, but September into early October is still the busiest part of the year. So we're not done yet. And we are going to be watching what is nothing at the moment near Honduras as that little wave tries to move into the Bay of Campeche and Western Gulf. Models had been indicating something trying to get going in that area, not necessarily an organized system, but a surge of tropical moisture, which unfortunately will be surging up toward the western and northwestern Gulf of Mexico. That will begin surging that moisture, or the surge of moisture will begin increasing our rain chances as we get into early next week. But it looks like the upper pattern is going to keep anything that tries to develop a little bit more to our west. As we look at the upper pattern, big ridge of high pressure is going to dominate, and notice the flow around that ridge is pushing anything from the Gulf. Now this is going into Sunday toward the western part of the Gulf. So as that little wave tries to enter in the Gulf, we're still going to have a pattern kind of keeping whatever tries to develop to our west. Unfortunately, though, we're not going to get rid of that moisture surge. So rain chances coming up as we get into early next week. But enjoy the next couple of days while you can. Get as much work done outdoors as you can, as the weather is going to be, again, for early September, cooperative. Morning lows to start the day in the 60s and 70s. Really, again, just the 70s in the metro area. And if you're near the coast, water temperatures are still in the 80s, so it takes a little bit longer to cool down if you're near the water. 87 our high on Friday. Beautiful day on Saturday. Humidity starts to come back up with some spotty showers. Looking at kind of a cloudy, rainy couple of days, depending upon just how much moisture does surge our way, but at least it does help to keep our temperatures down a little bit. And then back to more scattered showers as we continue through next week.